Hi everybody, welcome to a new episode of your Frederish cast. My name's Gary and here I am once again. Well, it's a cloudy, cold and blue Monday, holiday Monday in Brazil. Well, I really believe 100% of my audience is Brazilian, so no need to explain that the 21st of April is national holiday. But just in case there is someone from some other country, it is holiday in Brazil. It is national holiday in Brazil, based on the history of a man who was kind of a revolutionary in the 19th century, kind of a 19th or 18th century. To be honest, I'm kind of confused now. I don't really remember, but I'm absolutely positive it was 19th. Absolutely not, but relatively positive it was on the 19th century. Anyhow, he was killed and he became a martyr, fighting for our independence. So, yeah, since our independence happened, our Brazilian independence, again, just in case there is someone from some other country or you a Brazilian is not who's not very good at history, just 90% of Brazil, to be honest, but it happened. Our independence happened in 1820. So Tiradentes, which is the name of the guy, the hero I'm talking about. Hey, you foreigners, non-Brazilians. So most likely happened at the beginning of the 19th century. That is somewhere between 801 to 820, I would say. Anyhow, number two. It's a holiday. It's a gloomy and cloudy, and at the same time cozy holiday. So I decided to kind of have this holiday spoiled by talking about something that is not so cozy, and it isn't gloomy either. So yeah, I'm talking about deadly animals. Okay, so humans die every day. It's kind of a nature. It's kind of a nature thing, but also kind of a man's thing. But the fact is, we all die as humans. Humans die every day. But some of these deaths happen not due to old age or something like that, but due to some kind of a something caused by animals, be that an attack, be that a disease, be that something else. Okay, so today we're going to talk about and read about and discuss a little bit about the top 10 most deadly animals. And how do we get to these top 10? Well, number of deaths, yearly number of deaths. Okay, so this is basically the criteria we're using today, right now, to talk about the top 10 deadly animals on that list. Okay, so having said that, I'm getting ahead of myself just as usual. So how about you go grab a cup of coffee, tea, beer, whatever it takes for you to relax and join me in this one more time uplifting conversation, or hopefully uplifting conversation. What do you say? Have our conversations here been uplifting, or kind of a just entertainment? Or anyways, the main focus here is having you being in contact with spontaneous English conversation, and of course learning new words, improving your vocabulary, improving your listening skills. And this is it. Let's just do it. Well, ladies and gents, so basically the top 10 animals on my list, I'm gonna read their names and the number of deaths a year, okay, and their causes, okay, and a few comments. So top 1. Okay, your jaw's gonna drop right now. Well, what do you think? Lions, spiders, scorpions, what more? Or even humans, for that matter. Not really. Right? I'm actually about to read the name of a pretty small and seemingly harmless animal. Yeah, probably you just guessed it. Mosquito. Okay, with a astonishing 725,000 deaths a year. Okay, that's staggering, ladies and gents. So like almost a million people, die just because of mosquitoes every year. Okay, I know it's not a gigantic number when we consider the world population, but oh my gosh. All right, so what are the causes? Diseases like malaria, dengue, Zika, yellow fever are on the top list. Mostly deadly by far, small but lethal. Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Okay. It says that it's the top one and top two. I'm about to read top two, but top two has got only 400,000 deaths yearly. So it's almost the double. Okay, that's like most deadly by far. Okay, so they're small but lethal. Wow, that's so true. So now let's go to animal number 2 when it comes to killing humans. And again, another big surprise. Animal number 2 at killing humans are, spoiler alert, humans. With, as I already said, 400,000 deaths yearly. So what are the causes? Of course, homicides, war, and violence. Of course, right? So technically, we're our own worst enemy, ladies and gents. Believe it or not, right? It's a big shame because, well, when it comes to animals, we can just put it all into the instinct account, so to say, right? So it's a matter of instinct. They're not guilty, but when it comes to human beings, it's really, really a gigantic and big shame that we are, occupying the second position, right? But thank God we're not on the first position. There's not a million deaths a year. But I don't know about these numbers because we're going on a few wars around the world. Unfortunately, there's Ukraine, there's some tension going on in the Middle East. So yeah, right? If it would come down to only homicides, maybe this number would be drastically lower, I would say, hopefully. Animal number three, snakes with 100,000 deaths a year. So the causes vary from venomous bites to some other intoxication causes, but mostly, of course, the bites. So many deaths occur in rural areas with limited medical access. This is the most lethal cause of death when it comes to venom. The fact that some people got bitten by these animals, these venomous animals, and don't have or don't want to, believe it or not, go to a hospital to get medications, and take care of it. So they end up dying in the process. It's really sad. Number 4, dogs. Yeah, ladies and gents, you haven't misheard me. I really said dogs. Okay, our friendly and beloved canines occupying number 4 with 59,000 deaths a year. Right, like rabies. The top cause is rabies transmission through bites. Okay, rabies is almost always fatal without treatment. Right, that the thing. Some people got bitten by their dogs and don't look for help for medical treatment, and they pay the price with their own lives. It's sad but true, right? Well, not to mention a few times when dogs kill people effectively by biting them, right? It's not so common. Like, the dog attacks, unfortunately, are more common, but they don't end up being lethal. But it happens, right? I don't know. Animal number 4, I don't even know if I can pronounce that, but it's something like tsetse flies from tsetse, with a 10,000 deaths a year, caused by spread of African trypanosomiasis, sleeping sickness. Oh my gosh, found mostly in sub-Saharan Africa. Number 6, assassin bugs, with 7,000 deaths a year, cause Chagas disease. All right, so talking about our South American friends, right? Oh my gosh. Well, in Brazil we say barbeiro, right? In Brazil we say assassin bugs. Wow. Or kissing bugs. Anyways, number 7, freshwater snails, with 4,000, from something between 4,000 to something between 220,000 deaths a year. Cause, again, I don't know if I can pronounce that, but like schistosomiasis, that is a parasitic disease. Tiny snail, huge health impact. Well, I'm gonna read more about it, because judging by, I never heard this name before, but judging by the name, freshwater snails, I believe that people get in trouble by swimming somewhere they could not, because, well, these animals, these guys live there. So I'm gonna read more about it, and I'm seriously considering never swimming in a river or in the ocean again in my life. Number 8, Ascaris roundworms, with 4,500 deaths a year, cause ascariasis, intestinal infection, common in areas with poor sanitation. Yeah, this is really sad. Number 9, crocodiles, with 1,000 deaths a year. Well, you really, if I believe me, and be honest with me. Believe me that I thought that before, but be honest with me by telling me that you really thought that these guys would be somewhere between the top 5, right? Haven't you? Yeah. But just number 9 with 1,000 deaths. So the causes are direct attack on humans, one of the deadliest large animals. And number 10, this may be a big surprise, but yeah, hippopotamuses. Yeah, ladies and gents, with 500 deaths a year, hippos are big cause of human deaths, especially in Africa, of course, right? The causes are, of course, aggressive behavior, capsizing boats. Sometimes they make capsized boats. That's incredible. So yeah, they look cute, but they're very dangerous. So next time you bump into Moto, if you know what I'm saying, just go the other way, okay? Just run from him. Well, ladies and gents, I am a big defender of self-awareness, first of all. But self-awareness also involves, first of all, protecting our spirit, our mind, if you will. But of course, the next step is protecting our physical integrity and the ones we love, right? So I see people doing things. I see videos of people doing things, and of course, people around me doing reckless things when it comes to animals. I really like to say that we must never ever forget that animals are not humans. Well, that sounds pretty obvious, and it is. But I don't really believe that some people think that way or have that perception. Because, well, take a video, a viral video that went viral a few years ago. Actually, it's pretty old, so probably more than a few years ago. But there's a kid with his mom, her mom. I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, but a toddler. Okay. 3 years old, 4 years old. And then there's a trainer with a kind of a leopard, okay? That is a feline, that is, a lion-like animal. And then all of a sudden, they're talking, hey, how lovely this guy is. He would never hurt anyone around me. He trusts me. He fears me. He respects me. The coach, the trainer, saying that, and then the animal tries to attack the kid. You know, of course they take the kid away from him. The trainer manages to settle down the animal, but it gets really clear that the guy never thought about that possibility, and most likely here it's me theorizing, okay, my theory here, ladies and gents, but I really believe that probably most likely a kid never got close to that animal. It was only surrounded by adults, by grown-ups, okay, and of course it never never demonstrated any sign of aggressiveness, okay, aggressive behavior. And they thought, okay, they do not attack humans, but the animals don't think species, they think size. That's it, okay. And I really believe that guy should know that better, and think, oh, maybe, you know, with kids may trigger some instinctive action, you know. Thank goodness that situation did not, as far as I understand, but I really believe that, I really hope this is a situation, did not end up in any death or anyone getting seriously hurt, or even slightly hurt, but it could have. That's my point, okay? So why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I see parents with their toddlers, with their kids, very young kids, you know, carelessly walking in the city, or even in the jungle, or taking kids close to lions and dangerous animals just for pictures. And this is really, well, I don't want to say the word idiot. I want to say the word careless, you know? This is really careless. This is really dangerous. Animals, at the end of the day, are moved by instinct, okay? Even dogs, for Christ's sake, okay? Of course, dogs are domesticated, so their instincts are much more suppressed by humans. So the chances of a dog attacking your own kids, you know, are significantly lower than a wild animal. But they're still there, okay? So, well, maybe you have a big dog with big teeth, and your kid likes riding horse, likes playing riding horse with the dog. Well, I don't know about you, but I would never allow that. Because what if the dog gets pissed of having a pissing kid, you know, on its back, and it just decide to, you know, give one strong bite to send them away, which is something that the canines do in their packs, in their groups, and it's pretty normal, you know. Someone's bothering you, you just bite them, and they understand the message and walk out. Okay, in this case, they go away, and they do that the same thing for the kids, because one of the cool things about canines, about dogs specifically, is that they consider us part of their packs, okay, part of their group. So they would never, except for very unusual situations, of course, but they will never attack your own kids if you're their master, of course, to kill them. But they may hurt them, and this may cause some serious situation, if you know what I mean, okay? So, well, I don't want to get extended on this comment, but I really believe that we all should be 10 times aware when it comes to animals in general, and that includes dogs, okay? Because, well, I haven't read a list of animals' attacks that hurt people, because if that were the case, I really believe dogs would be on the top 5 at least. And don't get me wrong here, I love dogs, okay? I don't have one, but I really would like, I had space and money to have dogs, probably in the future when things get better. But we have to be careful. They're not humans, okay? They're not humans, and it's okay. They're dogs. They're great. They're amazing. So are cats. So are other pets. but we have to keep an eye on it. So never ever lower your guard, okay? Because this could be dangerous, all right? And that goes for wild animals too. First of all, taking kids to going to places just to take pictures close to free lions is stupidity. But if you're grown up, all right. But if you take your kids with you, man, please don't do that, man. Go alone. Send them the pictures later on, and God be with you. So nothing will happen, nothing dangerous, nothing harmful will happen to you. But really, don't take your kids with you because it's really not a good idea. But that was way more personal than I expected. So I'm gonna finish it off for today. Again, thanking you for your precious and lovely company one more time. This will be all for this episode. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. I see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.